Trailblazers!
No, control.
Trailblazers!
No, control.
Trailblazers!
No, control. Ladies and gentlemen, it's another beautiful, bright other morning. We as the Trailblazers family welcome you to the third day of the fourth Kenya Volleyball Federation leg, which happens to be the final leg of this particular season. Before we kick off our playoff, we as the Kenya Volleyball Federation. With you today is me, your commentator Luke Opeto, ready to bring you the thrilling encounters of today's match day. Kicking off us today is Trailblazers Volleyball Club, who are in against the Department of Defense, famously known as DOD. So sit back, relax, and wait for this entertaining match. Ladies and gentlemen, previously as we said, this is the first match of the day. It's between Trailblazers Volleyball Club and DOD, which is almost about to kick off. DOD have been having some quite relative impressive performance in this leg, whereas Trailblazers played their first match yesterday against the Kenya Forest Services, where they are victorious with a very good set margin. So I think they want to carry on with their yesterday's performance. Hopefully they can play better, having another game in the evening with Sarara Beach tough one with Prisons Kenya. So let's wait to see. Teams are taking up the lineups in the pitch, and you can see the technical benches are watching over to see how is going to unfold. So kicking us off is Trailblazers Velo Club through the setter Ruben Oselu, whereas the Department of Defense are receiving. Off we go. Nice service, nicely picked. And a quick execution by the Department of Defense. Positive start, but it's quite early to call it. Off the serve. Nicely picked. And one of the best sets by the outside hitter Dod are giving Trailblazers their first point of the game. Service Trailblazers, turn number 2. Not the best with the picks. And tricky play by the Department of Defense to play with the Trailblazers blocks, giving them the second point of the game. It's out of play. Trailblazers with their second score. Clifford Arana. Not the best of picks. And it's a ball out of play, giving Trailblazers their third point. I think there's some miscommunication. I think the DOD department thought that there was a touch on the ball, but I think the line judges said it's out of play. And it's an ace service by Clifford Amana. Middle block of Trailblazers Volleyball Club. I think they're picking up the pace very well, having started off from behind. Simple service. And another solid block by the Trailblazers Volleyball Club through Adams Ogwa. Another service, and it's an ace serve by Omanya. Still serving Trailblazers. And it's a quick hit down the middle by the DOD side. And it's a quick ball down the middle. I think the setters reciprocated what was done initially. I think they're playing each part as they played. They played the middle. And is an overdig to the TVC side, where they capitalized it very well and got a score. Still serving is Moses Ndichu opposite Trailblazers Volleyball Club. Good float server. Nice service. And another block. Dod trying to salvage this point. Another good pick. Not the best of hits. Not a good pick. Pick by the DOD side. And it's a ball out of play. I think DOD need to at least compose themselves and see how they can match up these Trailblazers energy. Having started very well, but the Trailblazers side caught up with them. Nice service. Another good pick. And it's a conversion by Adam Sogwa to give Trailblazers their 10th point. So Trailblazers at the 10th point mark. Moving a step forward with this particular game. Still serving is Moses Ndichu. Nice service. Rather good pick. Another poor set of communication between the outside hitter Trailblazers and the libero, leading to a score to the DOD side. DOD serving. Nice pick. And it's a block by DOD. DOD serving. Nicely picked. Another set of miscommunication between the setter and the mid blocker TVC, giving DOD another point. And another clever play by Adams Ogo TVC to take TVC to 11 points. That's another poor receive by the DOD side. So the Trailblazer side capitalized it very well. Still serving Zadam Zogo. The ball is out of play. DOD serving. Trailblazers have a very not good but a rather comfortable lead of 5 scores. Deficit comes back to 4. Not the best of picks by TVC, giving it rather an
Ni kutoa wewe.
Tricky service, but well read by the TVC reception line. Clifford Owanya with the service down the line, nicely picked, and another clever play onto the TVC side for the DOD side to pick a point. I think this takes the game to 3-point apiece. And another a point by the TVC side. I think the DOD side had picked it well, but it was a net violation. Hence, the first referee calling it. Good service. And another clever play. Not the best of the powers, but tricky play from the DOD side to get a score. So serving DOD, nicely picked. And another clever play from Adams. All got to give TVC their point. Onto the service is Adams Ogo. Nicely served, nicely picked, and nicely played by DOD to get this particular point. Serving is DOD. Nicely picked, but it's a net violation by the DOD side. I think DOD have gotten some rhythm. I think they are trying to read it very well and see how they can cope up. Start off very, very well. They're being known to be starting off very well. Another miscommunication between the middle blocker Manuel Meli and outside hitter Adam Sogwa. This gives a score to the DOD side. Nicely picked. And another block by the DOD part, blocking the opposite Shone from TVC. Still serving is the DOD. Nicely picked. And another block in the middle by the DOD. They've started off this set on a very, very, very high note. Still serving is the DOD. And the ball is in court, giving TVC a run of their scores, and see how they are going to be well conversant with this DOD part. Another play, nicely played, and another good play by the TVC side through the middle department to get a score. I think they've been not quite consistent with how they've been executing the scores, where the DOD side are moved in front by 2 points. Nicely played. Not the best of receive. I think it's going to be a chance ball to the TVC side. Nicely picked. Nicely picked by the DOD side. I think it's a chance ball too. And played trickily but not executed well. Picked again by TVC. Picked again. Quite a fascinating rally. And finally executed by TVC to get a score, moving it to a 1-point deficit scoreline. I think we have one of the players whose shoes has not been done well. I think this leads to, and it's another error by the DOD side. I think DOD are trying to squander all the scores that they have gathered. It can come quite costly to their pursuit of this particular set. I think they need to concentrate more and see how they are going to be conversant with this. And another powerful hit by the opposite Mashone to give TVC the 10th point mark. So DOD, they are quite in front, but I think TVC have moved their way around and they have gotten away into this particular match. So serving is the DOD part. Nicely picked. Clever play. Another block. Nicely picked by. And a clever play down the diagonal from the TVC opposite Mashwana to give TVC point. Also, this takes TVC to a 1 point lead, serving Stanley Mutua. Nicely picked by the DOD side. And another tricky play onto the TVC side. I think the DOD department have seen it's rather not it's not rather use of power, but use of, and another powerful hit onto the DOD side. Oh, the DOD part, I think this TV's side, I've seen they really need to do a lot. Nicely picked by the DOD side. And another tricky play by the TVC. DOD, nice attempt to salvage that point, but I think the ball went out of play. This gives a TVC their point. Still serving his balls for TVC. I think there's an injury on the DOD department. I think they set a twist an ankle, trying to see how they can salvage their set. I think they have quite an uneven number. They're trying to see. It's quite unfortunate. They really have no other option. This calls for the medics. I think it's quite unfortunate for the for the DOD side. Their setter has been quite a force for them, so losing him at this particular part of the match is going to be a very big hit. So they really need to be well equipped. But the look of things, the setter is in a lot of pain. This shows that it's quite a very bad injury. Let's hope for the best, and it should not be that worse. For those joining us live from our YouTube channel, onto the comment section, we have our Nyoiro Up Blazers. More love to my brother Omanya. I think your greetings will reach to Omanya. We have Mohammed Amram. Audio is gone, but it's back. I think for now it's back. Albert's Karuri locked up to the live in Lamu. My employer DOD win. I think we always say may the best team win. It's not over until it's over. Trailblazers with the first set. Leo D were following up well in the second set, but I think TVC caught up with them very well. So I think DOD must put in a lot for them to win this particular set. Mohammed said again, the referee looks unstable, but I think the referee is on a good track. So as I said earlier, for those wanting to join the TVC family, you can get our replica jerseys. We have the home jerseys, which is in the TVC colors, which happens to be the Trailblazers jersey being used today. So in the blue jersey, we have the away jersey, which comes in the orange color, and if you are a nature person, we have the third jersey, which comes in green. They are quite at affordable prices of 2,000 bob only. I think this calls in for a substitution from the DOD side. I think they have to check and see how they're going to cope up with the game without their formidable and dependable setter. I think they need to see what they're going to do. It's quite unfortunate to lose their setter at this particular time. It's a very critical part of the match. We're on to the second set, and they were on a good track, but I think it's not gone the way. So they have to see how they're going to cope up without their setter. This calls for the referee. I think the match has to continue. It's quite unfortunate they will lose their setter, but they have to complete this particular match. TVC are on the right track. They are heading well forward with this particular set. So let's wait and see how it's gonna unfold. For those who want to join us and watch this game with bare eyes, you can join us at the More International Indoor Arena. Whereas if you're far away or you're at home, you can't manage, or you're at work, you can't manage to come and watch this particular game, you can join us through our YouTube family page at Trailblazers Volleyball Club.
Kati ya Dod Cau na timu ya Trailblazers. Yes.
This is a good show, seeing that the setter is back on his feet and able to set. This shows that it's not quite a bad of an injury, but we hope for the best. So I think the DOD going to go on with the game. Still serving is TVC. Was with the service. Another solid block in the middle by the TVC side. Still TVC serving. We have Boaz on the service. Nicely picked. Nicely attacked, but well read by the TVC side. Nice pick and a quick attack by the middle DOD to give DOD the 12th point. Set of miscommunication. And looks like the ball hasn't gone through. This calls for a fourth touch by the referee. Serving is Shone for TVC. The ball is out of play. So the TVC side will receive. Nicely picked by the TVC side. And attacked by TVC. And the ball is out of play. Service is the DOD. ball is not quite fortunate to cross. It's the net, giving TVC their 16th point. Onto the service line is Adam Sogo for TVC. Nicely served, well picked, and powerful hit at the back of the setter by the middle blocker DOD. An attempt to pick by the TVC side, but it was not quite fortunate to be picked onto the pitch. So DOD with the service. Nicely picked by TVC. And a quick play by the setter TVC to give TVC their 17th point. Onto the service line is Emmanuel Mili. Nicely picked. Not the best of picks. With my angle, I think I saw it as a good pick, but with the game down there, I think it was a poor pick. Still serving Manuel Meli, and it's another serve onto the DOD side, and not the good of judgments by the outside hitter DOD. I think the good ball was almost going out of play, but he was not fortunate to pick it well. So it's a service error by Manuel Meli. Some controversy between the referee and the players, but I think it's a common ball given to the match. I think so. The TVC have another chance of serving it again. So Emmanuel Meli with the service. Nicely picked. And a clever play by the DOD part, sending them to the 16th point. Service DOD. And a tricky play on the DOD block as they tried to salvage that point. It was not quite fortunate for them to pick the ball, hence miscommunication, taking it to a 4-point lead where TVC reached the 20th point mark, whereas DOD are at 16. Nicely picked by the DOD part. Another good pick. Nicely played by TVC. And another clever play by Mashone. TVC taking Trailblazers to 21, whereas DOD are at 16. Still serving Riganoselu. And another clever play in the middle by DOD to take it to 17. 21 in favor of TVC. Service DOD, and not best of service. DOD, I think they have to watch their points right now. So TVC need only 3 points to wrap up this game, whereas DOD need 8 solid points. Serving Stanley Mutua. Simple service. And the ball is out of play. I think DOD need to have a lot of vigor in their play for them to be well conversant with these particular games. Still serving is TVC through Stanley Mutua. Nicely picked by DOD. I think Adam Zogwa used the advantage of his height to get that score. So on to the service again is still TVC, reaching match point at 24, whereas DOD are at 17, requiring only 1 point. Service on the net. I think Stanley Mutua went for power. But it was quite unfortunate they didn't get that score. So DOD with the service. DOD at the 18th point mark. TVC are at match point. Nicely picked by, and a very powerful hit by but I think it was out of the court. TVC are just watching themselves and see how it unfolds. Nicely picked again. Another pick by the DOD part. And a touch on the block by the DOD ball, taking it to 20 points, whereas TVC are at 24. TVC need only one score to call it a game, and it's a service out of play, taking TVC to 25, whereas DOD are at 21, and TVC the eventual winners of this particular set. So TVC are on a well-deserved lead. Looking at their gameplay today, they deserve the credit. They have a 2-set lead. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this first match between Trailblazers Volleyball Club and Department of Defense DOD. We are at the third set. So TVC have a 2-set lead, whereas DOD are looking for their first set. So I think there's a change in lineup for the TVC side.
Set number 3, ladies and gentlemen, between Trailblazers, Dod Cau.
Tricky play by DOD. DOD with the service. Nicely picked. Powerful attack. And it's a violation of 4 touches. I think DOD were playing very well, but it was quite unfortunate they had the 4th touch of their play. So service by Julian Mbappe for TVC. Not the best of services. Coming in at the final set. DOD with the service. Nicely picked by TVC. Nicely picked. DOD. Nicely. And a ball. The ball is out of play. I think TVC are looking for a touch on that particular attack, but I think the second referee said there is no touch on that ball. Still serving is the DOD. Nicely picked. And a powerful hit on to the DOD side to take the game to a 1-point deficit. Still early in this particular set. Service is Eugene Okello, and the service is out of play. The DOD serving. Nicely picked. And another block in the middle by the DOD side. I think the DOD side have come with a lot of focus in this particular set, but we should not call it over until it's over. Since the first set they started it very well, but at some point they lost their focus and they eventually lost that particular set. And it's a touch on the block by that attack from the TVC side to take it to 3 points TVC, whereas DOD are at 5 points. Service TVC. I think the ball is out of play. And another miscommunication. It's quite unfortunate. I think it didn't require a jump on that ball, but it was well picked. Tricky play from the backcourt pipe from Mbappe to give TVC their 4th point. Positive start by the DOD, but I think Trailblazers are a team that know how to deal with a lot of pressure. Ball is out of play. A good service, but it's out of play. So DOD is having. Now the best of sets by Jean Cloud, who happens to be a very good setter from the TVC side. And a powerful attack in the middle by TVC through balls to take them to the 5th point. whereas DOD are at 8 points. Positive start by the DOD part. Sluggish start by the TVC side. Some miscommunication from the TVC side. I think it happens to be between the middle and the outside hitter, but I think they are trying to focus themselves on this particular match. Service DOD. Nicely picked. And clever play, taking the ball in the middle of the court where they don't have a player. So this calls for a timeout from the TVC side. I think the technical bench have seen that the players in this particular set are not playing that well. So I think it's some lack of communication. It's not over until it's over. That's this normal saying. TVC require this set to wrap up this game, whereas DOD require this set in order for them to have a continuation of this particular match. So TVC, by the look of things, are building pressure into themselves, whereas the DOD part are trying to compose themselves. I think it's a free ball to the TVC side. Powerful hit from the backcourt pipe from Edgar Wanjala, being known as a high jumper. Still serving is TVC, Jean Cloud. Nicely picked. And a very powerful hit by the DOD. I think some miscommunication between the blockers. Nicely picked by, and clever play by the TVC side to move the game to a 2-point deficit game. I think TVC are trying to catch up with this game. There's really sluggishing behind. Good service, and the ball is out of play. It's really out of play. It's not quite effective for a team to depend on some few mistakes done by the other players. Is a good thing to have clean scores for you to have good points. So DOD get that point and bring it back to a 2-point lead. I think TVC are moving on the right track. I think they are trying to catch up with this game. Nice hit, TVC through the opposite department. Mashone. Some few words of encouragement from the coach and some few instructions. They really need this particular set for them to wrap up this game. Still sluggish by 1 point, and it's a block. I think it's a net violation. Net violation onto the middle blocker TVC, and it's a ball out of play from the service of the DOD side. This takes it back to a 1-point deficit. TVC are trailing by 1 point at 11 points, whereas DOD are at 12 points. It's heading towards the 15-point. Nice service by TVC. And a powerful hit by the middle blocker, Boaz. to take it to the 12-point apiece mark. Still serving, and another block by a TVC. I think this calls for a timeout from the DOD part. I think TVC have come up with a good game plan, closed up the scores, and eventually moving forward by a solid point. As said earlier, for those who want to join us live and what these games with the bare eyes, you can join us at the Moi International Indoor Arena. For those wishing to watch from home, you can join through our YouTube channel at Trailblazers Volleyball Club. On to the comments section, Douglas Zakaria, locked in from Eldoret. Thank you very much, Zakaria. Janet, James Maturity, he meant that TVC will win 3-0. Clean sheet, let's hope it goes your way as a fan. So Albert Karuri saying was worried with Rono's injury, the flow of the game will go slow. I think it was quite evident Rono is a very dependable setter for the DOD side, so it could have been a quite unfortunate mark for the DOD side. Davis or Diambo said TVC straight win, forever TVC. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's wait and afford how it goes. And the ball is out of play from the DOD side. I think lack of concentration from the DOD side. This gives TVC a 3-point lead, taking it to 10 points for TVC and 12 points for DOD. Still serving is Mashone for TVC. Nice service, nicely picked by DOD. Another block by TVC. Nicely picked again by, and the ball is in play. It's in the court, so it's so TVC pick that point. This calls for substitution by the DOD side. Seeing if they can at least salvage this particular set. Still serving is TVC. Showing with the service. I think the ball is out of play. Taking DOD to their 13th point mark. Whereas TVC maintaining their 16th point mark. Nicely picked. And a hit by the TVC side. I think the TVC thought that there was a touch on the defender's butt. I think the referee was up to the task end. So it was not touched. Nice hit by Edgar Wanjala, TVC, over the blocks and in the middle of the court. Taking TVC to their 17th point mark. Service Edgar Wanjala, TVC. Very good jump server. Not the best of services. The ball is out of play. Deficit back to 2. Service DOD. Picked again by the DOD. Not the best of executions. I think DOD have to execute very well the types of balls they pick. They're picking the balls from the TVC side, but the execution is not the best, so they don't get those particular points. Another not effective service from Boa's TVC side. Substitution by the DOD. The DOD serving. Trailblazers receiving. Nice hit. Mashone. TVC from the backcourt. Service TVC. Nice service down the line. But the look of the service, it's quite effective, leading to a miscommunication between the DOD outside hitters. Hence the ball going out of play. Still serving TVC. So TVC reached the 20th point mark, whereas DOD is still at 16. And it's a net violation. Clever play from DOD. This leads to TVC touching the net, hence DOD picking up for that particular point. Ball is out of play. The service had a lot of power. This sends TVC to 21. DOD is still at 17. So TVC need 4 points. The DOD need 8 points. Another not great service by Juliet Mbappe, giving DOD their 18th point mark. Service DOD. Now the point by TVC. Service Eugene Okello. The service to take TVC into this rally. Nicely picked by Eugene Okello. Nicely recycled by. And I think it's a call by the setter. Sorry, by the referee. I think both the players and referees saw that not at the best of judgments. And the ball is out of play. Taking DOD to their 28th point mark. And another powerful hit by TVC. I think the mid blocker DOD calling on the referee, thinking it's an overreach. Service. It's TVC. Mashone. He has been quite consistent with this service from the previous services that he has served in this particular set. And the ball is out of play. The target was, I think, the far right corner of the DOD court. So DOD with the service. It's a 2-point lead for TVC. Quite a very tricky place to joke around, and that it's quite costly to DOD. These takes TVC to the match point, which is 24, whereas DOD are at 21. Service Edgar Njala for TVC. Nicely served, nicely picked by TVC, and not the best of executions by TVC. It was just a solid point for them to finalize this match. So now they require another point for them to get this particular match. Service DOD, nicely picked by TVC side, and a very quick hit down the middle by the TVC middle block board. So ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this particular match between Trailblazers Volleyball Club and the Department of Defense Forces, DOD, where TVC are the eventual winners by a set score margin of 3 points to nil. It's quite a good favor in the side in a build-up for their evening match between them and the Prisons Kenya side. So it's quite a fascinating match. Thank you for those who are joining us live from their homes, from their workplaces. With me, it was your commentator Luke. Let's build up and wait for the next match, which will come to you shortly. It's between Prisons Kenya men and the Kenya Army. So congratulations to TVC for being eventual winners of these particular match. Stay tuned, locked in, and let's wait for the next matches.
Trailblazers!